after this award, Kailash, politicians across the spectrum, they rush to congratulate you. My question was on this level of adulation that you are now receiving, which is a product of your work. Did you have this level of adulation before you were internationally recognized at this level? Be frank with me. Were these the politicians who were standing with you? Were these the politicians, Kailashji, who were actively supporting you when you were fighting a fairly lonely battle for children, right, for many, many decades? Were they there with you?
Unfortunately not. Definitely it's an evidence that these children, the most deprived children, have never been into their political radar, perhaps. And I was not bringing any benefit to them in terms of the children are not voters, the children whom I work with are not going to influence their voting politics and so on, and neither their parents. Their parents are also quite vulnerable, quite miserable, helpless. So, and I don't believe in the caste system or things like that. So in no way they saw any benefit in me. So perhaps they ignored. So this is something new actually. I did not imagine that at least in India I will see so much response and at least the expression of support from the politicians all across.
Does it make you skeptical of them when they come to you now?
I welcome them. At least they are awakening. Through me, they are talking about the children about whom they will never talk or never listen to. So it's something special for them, because everybody who comes and congratulates me, I say that this is not the Nobel Prize for me. It's a prize for every Indian. India has been waiting since Mahatma Gandhi to get a Nobel Prize for a Desi Indian, and it's me, luckily. And it's because of those children. It's not because of my effort or nothing special in me. But these children whose voices have never heard, whose faces were never shown and noticed. So people started talking about those children, and that is the best part in this story.
Did former Prime Minister Chandrasekhar threaten you?
We read in the newspapers, in fact, that this whole child labor issue is nonsense. There's nothing like child labor.
He said
it in carpet industry. And he has threatened, not to me personally, but he has threatened that he would love to remove it from the prohibitive part of the child labor law, because carpet knotting or carpet weaving is prohibited under child labor law so far. But the Prime Minister himself said that he will do his best to remove it from the prohibitive part, because maybe because of his connections, maybe because of his belief that these children, his argument was that these children are learning skills, and let them learn the skills. It is not exploitation, it is not child labor. That was his belief.
So how does it feel to have, and because you have said in an interview that a former Prime Minister had told you that you have ruined the carpet industry and that he would take action against you, but then you ducked the question on whether it was Chandrasekhar. Obviously it's Chandrasekhar, because he was the only person who was from that part of Uttar Pradesh.
No, there were others also from that part, but he was the man who did it. And it is unfortunate actually.
Tell me, Mr. Satyarthi, how does it feel? This must have been 89, 90, 91 period at that time.
Yeah, something
and
like
now
that.
2014. 25 years have passed. One former Prime Minister threatens to take action against you.
No, he was Prime Minister that time.
One Prime Minister, okay.
Yeah.
One Prime Minister threatens to take action against you. And one Prime Minister invites you for a cup of tea after you receive the Nobel Prize. I mean, it must be mind-numbing sometimes to contrast these two situations. You think about it, how things have changed now?
Thanks to the Nobel Committee, who has found someone who was unknown somewhere in India.
That's true.
And the things are changing. But beside that, actually, my own sense after meeting Prime Minister Narendra Modi, that he was really very excited. He was very positive and constructive. He has narrated what he is doing for children in Gujarat and what he wanted to do. And he was very open, and he invited me to give him suggestions on the issue of child rights and children education, all aspects of children. So that was quite positive. So it was not simply courtesy, but his openness was really commendable.
Yeah.